Gita, thank you so much. And as you say, much of the fighting has been focused on the north, the east and the south of the country. So tens of thousands of people have been making their way to the relative safety of Western Ukraine. And the majority of them have been coming here to Lviv. Many of them are women and children. Many of the men have had to stay behind and continue to support the Ukrainian military. Of course, there's martial law here. So men between the ages of 18 and 60 are having to stay and fight alongside the military. The other issue that this country and much of the international community is currently dealing with is the misinformation and disinformation that's going on with the kind of resources that have been coming out on both sides of this conflict. And we've got with us now Taras Yatsenko, who is one of the founders of an independent news website, who can tell us about how he's dealing with misinformation. Taras, thank you so much for joining us here on the program. Just tell us a little bit more about the independent media program and website that you're running.
So I run a local independent media called Tvoje Misto, which means city of yours or your city. And we are focused on serving informationally our community. We are one of the main media here locally. And right now, during this hard, tough time, we have a lot of requests from people to help them understand what's where do we have fakes, manipulations, because there is so much going on. Like we see here, a safe city so far with no bombings as in East Ukraine, but we do see many informational bombings that are happening every day. And we are trying to deal. It's overwhelming, even for our newsroom, but we are trying to serve the people today.
So when you say there's a sort of misinformation bombing, just to help us understand the kind of things you're dealing with. So are you looking at fake videos, for example?
Mainly in the east of Ukraine, and we see east and south, we see many fake videos that are, of course, produced by Russian side. But on the other hand, here in Lviv, we don't see something like that. But we can see different manipulative things that are trying to get our attention away. For example, people have been looking for the last few days for different weird signs on the buildings, on the roads. People do find many of them which were never here before, and different experts say different things. So someone say that this is a special signs for the Russian warriors army, for the Russian aggressors, or some of them say that this is just manipulation that wants to take away our attention because everyone in the city is trying to go and see it. And it's just a small part of what we really have today.
And you're not just dealing with information here in Lviv, you're also assisting in trying to get right information to people in Kiev as well.
Yes, we just launched the day before yesterday. We launched our news operations, still not a full scale, in Kiev, where we try to get real stories from the ground, from different people who stay here, who stay there, or also from those who left part of the family and moved here or somewhere more Western, or those who went to fight and to protect their city today. And we see that these stories are extremely popular and important nowadays because people need to see the community. That's what we've been building here in Lviv for almost a decade, since the Revolution of Dignity in 2014. We were trying to build informationally the dialogue and really trust in our community, and that's what we are trying to do. We planned to launch our media in Kiev longer ago, like in the future, but now we just came up with the idea that we need to help people there right now because we need to stand for our capital together and to protect it.
And are you finding that more and more people are coming to you to seek information?
Yes, dramatically. We see it from all of sides, not only in Lviv, we see it from all our Lviv region. We see it from Kyiv. Because we just launched and we have already like thousands of people who read our stories, and we see that people need correct information and information they can trust. Of course, it's hard to compare here what's happening here to what's happening in Russia, where they totally have no access to accurate information and they just disseminate hundreds tons of fakes and manipulations. So, and I would even say just total lie. And we have lots of evidences, but here we don't have that much of that. But people are just overwhelmed with what's happening and also stressed.
Okay, Taras Yatsenko, thank you very much for joining us here on the program. So as you can see, so many people trying to get access to information where they can. And of course, social media, the internet, various different websites, there's an overwhelming amount of disinformation and misinformation. And so these groups are trying to assist people in trying to access correct information where they can, whether that's here in Lviv or in Kiev and other parts of the country.